look after yourselves, and let's get started.
Here. It's bad.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's take a peek.
He just took off running down the streets. He had a knife in his hand and everything.
He's got puncture wounds.
If it's too loud, let me know,
And
guys.
so I'm like, oh, here's a young retard Hitler. If someone is trying to start a new worldwide cult, I will eliminate that person.
On March 10th, 2020, officers
Seems
with
fun.
the Idaho
Good.
Falls Police Department are called to a home after one of the residents witnesses a bone-chilling crime. As investigators plunge into a case brimming with appalling discoveries and a suspect on the run, they encounter a twisted tale of cultish accusations and mental disorders. However, nothing prepares them for the twisted motive they will uncover at the end of this heinous crime. On a chilly evening, 31-year-old Aaron makes an urgent 911 call when he encounters a horrifying scene. The following videos have never been seen or heard before.
911, where's your emergency?
This guy named Douglas, he just killed Hans. I don't know what his name is. His last name, Hans.
Aaron lives with 5 other individuals in a home dubbed the Graduate House, run by a local nonprofit that offers alternative housing options for those in need.
And he just took off running down the street.
Is he breathing?
No, he's not. Hey, Hans is not breathing.
Even though Aaron is panic-stricken, he somehow manages to gather his composure and relay vital details to the operator.
He ran down towards Common Sense, towards that direction.
Who's the male that stabbed him?
Douglas Taylor.
And you said he does have a knife?
Yes.
Hello, Onion. Have good luck.
Is he on the ground?
He's on the ground. Hans is on the ground. He just cut his neck with a knife, man.
Is he lit? Okay, let's start CPR. You're gonna
I
put your
can't.
locker.
I don't know. He's dead. He's dead. He's blue. He's completely blue. His neck is cut. What's knife? Over here. Over here.
As officers arrive and move quickly to secure the scene, they find Aaron outside while the victim is bleeding out inside on the kitchen floor.
He's down here. It's bad.
Hello, Ferryman. How you doing?
Nine zero. Myself and 1-7 are clearing the house. Good.
Oh, I almost forgot. Uh-oh. What did you forget? Hello.
Inside the house, officers Kelly and Picard find the lifeless body of 51-year-old Herman Hans Warland lying in a pool of blood.
We got a back door.
He just took off running down the street. Okay, just hang out here.
It's Common Sense. He had a knife in his
that
hand
way?
and everything.
So who's the guy? Do you know the guy?
Yeah, Ben.
Talk to me. Here, just talk to me, man.
Douglas Taylor just killed Hans. The dude, he cut his throat with a knife.
I need you to stick with me, man. If we're gonna find this guy. Who is he?
His name is Douglas Taylor. He has brown hair. It goes over his eyes, and he's wearing a brown jacket and a brown pants with brown boots. He ran off towards Common Sense with a knife.
Okay.
I woke up. I was asleep. I heard him fighting. He goes, "No, stop, please." And that's all I heard. And I came upstairs, and he was laying on the floor with blood all over him.
Okay. Connor.
Dangles around the floor.
Hey, wait.
What are you talking about?
Come this way, Connor. This way.
Hey, do you want me at the bathroom front here?
Just hold on.
Hey, go grab the airway bag.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's take a peek.
Okay. Just try not to touch her.
All of the fire units incoming can slow down.
Even though all hope appears to be lost for the victim, Hans, paramedics continue to check on him.
Watch where you step, please. Okay. If you step right back out then.
Yep.
So, he's right there. Let's
Damn, that
just clear
sucks.
this real quick.
I'll pie this room on the left. If you want to hold it forward, Karen. Looks like it's a bathroom. There's a shower curtain. I'm gonna go in. Okay, shower's behind the door, so I can't see. Clear.
Back upstairs, paramedics huddle over the victim to document the injuries.
Hey, Maddie.
Yeah.
I'm going to come here and witness. We're trying to get a 4-lead here.
Just wants a 4-liter ran, so Parkins just wants a 4-lead ran. So just so he's got puncture wounds all over the place too. Is he? Yeah.
Sam, why did this guy do this?
What's up?
It's working.
Oh, it's working.
I'm
Doing the whole deal?
Damn, he's still alive? They got a pulse on him?
No, I'll go grab mine. Yep.
In an unexpected twist, Hans Warlin, the victim everyone thought was dead, has a pulse. As officers hurry to photograph
That's
the
crazy.
crime scene, paramedics act swiftly in a desperate effort to save the victim's life.
I wonder how deep that wound is on his neck, though.
Dispatch, maybe one. Call her recognize we have a full trauma activation. We have an estimated 35-year-old male, cardiac arrest. He is in PEA. Chet, I think we just move him and just get him out of here. I think it's our best bet.
I'm gonna keep talking to this guy real quick. It's good.
Do you want to go logistically organize them?
Sorry, guys. Bless me.
Dude, it's freaking.
Dude, I don't know. Keep going, keep cranking, keep cranking. Oh, God damn it.
I'm gonna squish my Jeff.
In order to save precious seconds, paramedics improvise their plans to get Hans into the ambulance as quickly as possible.
Well, Jeff, we don't have to worry about Tom Baker subs.
Do we think 5? Surely not. He's got I don't even know if he will succumb to his injuries, but it sounds like a lot of hard work.
Just get him over top right.
Okay, we're all set. Check out, see this back to the side of his neck.
It's pumping blood out, bud.
Ah, shit.
All right, let's just roll. God, a clot too.
Pull that arm.
Woo.
Let's get it squared up a little bit.
What changed? He's got a rhythm or what?
Yeah, he's in PEA, dude.
Okay.
Boys, you ready?
Yep. It's gonna drag. It's up. His legs, they're rough south. Get him up. All right. Watch his hands. I know, I'm trying to be cocky.
He said the knife's in here, in the house somewhere.
Officer Lindquist brings up a fundamental detail about the missing murder weapon, but that's not the only thing they're lacking. They still have a suspect at large, potentially causing even more death and destruction. Officers immediately turn their attention to Aaron, the 911 caller who's been standing outside talking on his cell phone this entire time.
I want somebody monitoring him on audio right now.
Okay, I think McCart's recording,
But he left him. So this guy's making phone calls and talking and sharing information we need to get reported.
Okay.
Tape it. Hey, you got that? Tape it. Everything. Yeah.
Before Aaron has a chance to talk to anyone else, Detective Albright records his statement. But the more Aaron reveals, the more uneasy the detectives become. The detective begins his questioning by asking about his roommate, Douglas Taylor, the man Aaron identified as the perpetrator on the call earlier.
So, Doug, what time did he leave this morning?
Like 4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, do you know where he was going?
No, I don't know where he went.
Does he work or anything?
No,
like
he doesn't work either. He just got released out of a hospital, too.
Oh, really?
From what I understand.
How long has Doug been living here?
Only a month.
Only a month?
Yeah.
Detectives will later uncover the deranged reason that caused Douglas to mercilessly assault a roommate, but for now, they continue speaking with Aaron.
So, Doug got released a month ago.
Come Tuesday.
Yeah, he shows up here. How was he when he first arrived?
Kind of peculiar. Just doesn't want to talk to people, doesn't want to interact.
The manager of the group home arrives on the scene and provides officers with more valuable
Love your
details
tats.
about their missing suspect.
So is this
You've
like
seen
a
my
group
tattoos?
home, or what is it?
Yes, we own 3 of them. We got Andre's house, we got the lady's house, and this is our graduate house. We actually allowed Douglas to come straight from Blackfoot South to come in here. He was supposed to be all right. He was attending counseling at RHS.
Yeah, you forgot.
And
Yeah,
I
it didn't
was by
surprise
here
me.
3 times yesterday, and I didn't see nothing different in the kid. I talked to him and talked to him, and all of a sudden, and Hans never did anything to anybody.
Right.
I mean, that kid was just, I mean, just as docile as he wanted to be, man.
Blackfoot South is a state hospital specializing in mental health located approximately 30 miles south of Idaho Falls. While the reasons for Douglas's treatment remain unknown, it gave an insight into his possible mental health concerns.
Had he been normal kind of before that, for like the first 2 weeks he was here?
No, not really. It's kind of like strange, off to himself, talks to himself.
So he's been talking to himself ever
Right.
since he got here.
Yeah.
Who talks to themselves and goes off by themselves and might be a little bit strange. I'm kind of like that, not gonna lie. I sometimes talk to myself, but not out in public, actually. Me, Muzi, you are suspicious. I talk to my dog. Yeah, but I feel like I talk to my gecko. I don't speak to myself like in public. Yeah, I don't speak to myself around other people. And then I'm alone a lot. But just because you're alone, it doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person. So, although I guess some people are like, they're always alone. It's just weird. I talk to my Star Wars figurines. You know what? Pop off. Do that shit. Whatever makes you happy. I speak to my gecko. So, yeah. Is that technically speaking to myself? Kinda. Introverts are all psychopaths at this point. Pretty much. I feel like that is technically a stereotype, right? It's always the quiet ones. Isn't that what people say? That's kind of a regular term. It's always the quiet ones. Watch your back. Rah!
Ever since he got here, but he started laughing to himself recently.
Oh, just
Who laughs to themselves? I don't really laugh to myself. I laugh alone if I'm watching something that I think is funny. I don't really just start giggling to myself though.
in the last 3 days. Like
Yeah,
you
just
said.
in the last 3 days. Yeah.
Do you know what have you overheard what he says when he
No,
talks
I
to
don't
himself?
listen to him. I don't listen to that.
What about when he's laughing? Does he say anything specifically?
No, he just mutters stuff that you can't hear.
What Aaron recounts next will leave no doubt as to the manic brutality of the events.
That's when I heard them scuffling or fighting upstairs, and I ran upstairs. And when I ran upstairs, that's when I seen Douglas Taylor with a knife sawing on.
Isn't Hans in the kitchen though? Do they like run for the house and is like, The narrator's accent is a bit funny. I don't know. I know. Maybe I found it funny when I first started watching you, but I've been watching this guy for years now. I'm pretty sure it's been a while.
Hans's neck.
The distance between the top of the basement stairs to the site of the stabbing is less than 20 feet. The fact that Aaron witnessed the ruthless attack from such close proximity suggests that he was lucky to escape with his life.
Oh, he looked at you.
Yeah, he looked at me.
Did he say anything?
No, he didn't say anything.
Was he still holding the knife?
Yes.
Or what, did he make any motions towards you
No,
or
he
anything?
didn't make any motions or any threatening behavior.
The victim obviously done something seriously wrong then, surely. It was targeted. It wasn't like this guy was in a frenzy and was just like off on one. It was targeted. Interesting.
I would have fought it back, man, if I would known.
So Hans was on all fours, on his knees, and with his hands on the
and
ground.
He said, "No, stop, please." I heard him say, "No, stop, please."
The crime scene photographs the officers raced to document earlier offer frightening proof of Aaron's detailed account.
Remember what kind of a knife it was?
It looked like a kitchen knife.
Like a kitchen knife?
I'm not sure, but they found that there's a red knife laying on the floor in there in the living room. That might be the knife. I'm not sure. But it looked like a kitchen knife that it had with a brown handle on it.
Do you remember if it had a serrated edge? Or
yes, it had a serrated sawed edge.
Oh, that makes sense because you used that phrase, he was sawing at his head.
Yes.
Or on his neck. Wow.
The description of the weapon should help officers locate it quickly if the suspect did, in fact, leave it at the scene. But Aaron is about to share a curious detail regarding the relationship between the victim Hans and his attacker Douglas.
Did it seem like previous to this, he had gotten along with Hans, or?
Yeah, they would sit in the kitchen for hours and then end sometimes.
Throwing at his head, holy cow. Yeah, for real. It was in his neck. It was kind of like he could have, like, beheaded him, technically, if he cut deeper. Like, he was lucky, like, that he's still alive. Like, he still had a pulse. Aaron has great memory. I agree. I think I would be scared fucking shitless. What would you guys do, though? Would you help? Would you, like, run at them to try and stop it from happening? Or would you run away for help? I guess that's kind of where your fight or flight kind of kicks in. Like, what would you do in that situation? But yeah, he's lucky to be alive, Hans. He's been cut on the freaking neck. He's been stabbed. I would scream, but no idea what else really. Yeah, I feel like that's where your body's instincts kick in, and it's either one or the other. But then I guess, like, if you're really gonna help somebody, you'd have to get past, like, even the flight aspect of it, wouldn't you? You'd have to just be like, I want to help, but you'd have to force yourself to do it. I don't know what I would do. I really don't know. I think I would feel guilty for not helping after. But I would also be like, if it's a grown-ass man, I'm not gonna be able to do shit, you know? It's just not gonna happen.
No.
No.
No one really got along with him. No one really talked to him.
Nobody really, and that's why I was asking, because earlier he had said that he wasn't very sociable.
No, he wasn't very sociable. Hans is a friendly, nice guy. But Douglas is not.
As Aaron's interview comes to an end, officers are still left wondering about the motive behind the assault and the location of the missing perpetrator. Through all of this, Hans' life still hangs in the balance.
Oh, wait.
Little radio. Back here, somebody at the left. Here. Click here. Casey, you see down there? You got to the scene. But also be your driver for the ladder truck. When we get that top off, let's work on vascular access. Where's that other? Hang on.
As paramedics proceed to provide Hans with preliminary treatment, they're unprepared to witness the scope of the numerous wounds that will be revealed later.
All right, good lung sound. Good lung sound.
Nice.
There we go, boys. There we go, boys. Just hold on to that spot.
Bro's alive? For real.
I cannot believe that rhythm.
It just happened, dude. It's hard to
for real. Is the bagging still going okay?
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone slow and methodical on the way in, okay? Cut that off. Yep.
You shut down.
Everyone slow and easy on the way out.
With the suspect at large and a grievously injured victim, it seems that the dispatch staff has only added more pressure on the officers.
He coded, right?
They got a pulse back or something.
If he goes, collect all of his clothing.
Okay. Were you listening to the radio? It came out as like suicide.
Dude, she wouldn't spit it out.
I know. So she
I was sitting there getting pissed off, like I was cursing.
Well, she dispatched 3, so already I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good, right?
Yeah.
And then
Wait, so the dispatcher fucked up? Oh, that ain't good.
it just her dispatching like it's terrible.
Lift up.
How bad are we?
It's bad. I think he looked gone when I entered the room.
Boys.
I don't know.
Watch out for seatbelts.
Okay, you guys want to get him turned over, or whatever doctor is taking him. Is it you, Roseburg? Okay. Good to go. He's got his left carotid. His trach has been cut. He's got multiple superficial stab wounds. If we worked him because he's PEA, we're gonna need him.
Make sure that one on the left line quick on there.
I'll let you,
Do you have a Sharpie?
I can get one.
Yeah, why don't we do that so I can start marking stuff?
Amid the hectic scene in the trauma room, doctors need critical information, but Officer Lindquist is about to have another breakdown in communication with the dispatch operator.
When did this come in?
Dispatch, can I get the time of call for the stabbing? They'll tell me to say 2-2. Can I get time of call for the hospital?
You mean the time that you were on scene there, or the time that we notified him of the call?
The time the call came out.
Are you on main?
Yes. Charlene, I don't know how
I
hard it
agree.
is
Oh,
for
man,
anybody
for real.
to look at the time the call came out and tell me that.
Well, you didn't go across that time.
2-2, any unit with a computer in front of them, can you please advise the time the call came out? The hospital needs that.
2-2. The call came in at 22:25, and I'm not sure what other time you're asking for.
It was 22:25.
Charlene got for real.
She does. But she also. This has been ID or nothing in this stuff?
Nope.
It's been pretty stressful.
Miscommunications notwithstanding, doctors learned that the call came in 43 minutes prior to the time relayed by the dispatch operator. As the medical team does everything they can to save Han's life, at the house, officers gathered outside and discussed their
Like, it's called job. You're sending out, you're dispatching like police officers. You need to know when like somebody like put the call in. That will give them some kind of context as to medically how long they've been in that situation, how much blood they've lost. Like, it's so bad. She doesn't even fucking know. Like, I'm just like, she's got the chewed. Some guy was basically dying. They still don't know if they're even able to save him. They've got a pulse back apparently. But like, she's got attitude. It's pissing me off, guys. It's pissing me off. I feel like I get pissed off like every one of these videos. Oh yeah, she needs to get told honestly. She does. She needs to leave that job. She should take the fucking L and she should leave. Or sort out her fucking attitude. Like, it's bad.
impressions of the crime scene and the possible location of their suspect.
Did you go inside at all?
Me? Yeah.
Pretty bloody.
Yeah, he was bleeding out all over the kitchen floor.
So you did?
He looked dead to us. We didn't go any closer to him. We cleared the top floor, and then we backed out.
While officers might have secured the scene, it is clear that they need to quickly widen their search if they hope to have any possibility of catching the suspect.
2-7, we're clear the smell. We're going to be, correction, I'm going to be canvassing the businesses east of the canal.
Adjacent to this canal sits a large shopping center where officers will make an unexpected discovery.
2-4, it looks like there's somebody sitting right next to the stores to your west. 2-7 Amber suspect over here on the back of Albertsons.
Officers converge behind the Albertsons, approximately 3/4 of a mile from the crime scene, and find their suspect sitting against the east side of the building. When officers ask what his name is, he replies, Douglas Taylor.
He just gave himself up like that? Damn, he's calm as shit. He ran for it, but then he's just chilling. Bro.
It's got blood on
I'm
his
mind blown.
hands. The weapon. The weapon. They said the weapon he left there. 9-0.
Just facing the wall. Yeah, for real.
Saying the knife is there in the house still. The suspect is saying that the knife is still in the house.
Even though Aaron originally reported that he saw Douglas fleeing from the crime scene holding a weapon, detectives identify a blood-soaked knife lying on the floor in the living room and get Douglas to the station without incident.
All right, step in there, go and take a seat.
No fight whatsoever.
Throughout his detainment, Douglas has appeared eerily calm and cooperative, but to get a full picture of the savage attack, detectives need to interview him. However, even seasoned detectives are not prepared to deal with the suspect as unsettling as this one.
I'm gonna do it. Right there. You want some water?
Yeah, actually, I do want water.
There you go.
After reading him his Miranda rights, Detective Schwicht cuts straight to the chase.
Can you tell me what happened tonight from your side of things?
I'm the one who did it.
Okay. Can you tell me why? What happened tonight?
I'm not sure how to explain why I did it.
Within the first few minutes of the interview, Douglas confesses to the attack. However, the motive behind his actions will remain a mystery that investigators have yet to resolve.
I don't know how to explain it using regular terminology.
Okay. In your own words is fine. I'll ask questions if...
Forgot that he mentioned Hitler at the beginning of this video. This guy's obviously got some mental issues. Evidently. But it's... This guy apparently, like, Hans was a nice or decent enough person, and he just, bro.
Things I don't understand. I was thinking that probably something happened tonight, or maybe it's an ongoing issue that got you really mad.
I wasn't angry.
Okay.
I have a system of metaphysics which would give you some insight into why.
Can you explain a little bit? Can you just explain to us what exactly happened?
I brutally stabbed to death that man in the kitchen.
It should be noted that Douglas doesn't know that Hans still clings to life and casually reveals a morbid series of events. Based on what happens later, everything he says will be called into question.
You said it should have resulted in death. If he survives and pulls through, is that going to be a problem for you, or?
There was no chance of survival.
No, well, you're wrong, mate. They got pulse back.
Certain that the way you stabbed him was definitely going to kill him?
Well, that just, like, seriously sets it into totally just wanted to kill the guy. There's intent right there. I'm really curious. I'm really curious as to why the fuck he did it. It's just gonna be some fucking crazy ramblings, probably.
Where did you stab him on his body? Because I haven't seen this guy.
Oh.
They're like, you sure about that?
He should have bled out completely.
Did you stab him more than once?
Yeah.
Were you really mad at him?
No.
Sorry, I guess I asked you that before.
I mean, when you're doing it, you have to do it in a precise manner, of course. You know, and like if he's going to defend himself, or try to talk back, or try to prolong, then it becomes more incremental until you just finally make the final kill wound. But I think I stabbed him about 15 times until the final slit to the right side of his neck, piercing through all those veins on the side. I witnessed him begin to bleed profusely. So, yeah.
Meanwhile, back at the Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center, an inevitable tragedy strikes.
Did they just call it? It was loud. Okay. I called Harkness and let him know road 30 let.
They called it?
Yeah.
Hans had succumbed to his grievous injuries, turning the case into a murder investigation.
We thought, like, the back of his head was all disconnected on scene.
Is that one right there on his forearm?
We lost too much of the wire.
Yeah, I will. I have too much time on your hands.
A lot of stab wounds.
I know.
2 days later, during an autopsy, medical examiners will report that Hans died from 17 stab wounds.
Guy pretty much just counted how many times he stabbed. It was 2 off. 2. That's crazy. Damn, he had serious intent. What the fuck? Twice in his arm. 2 in his back. 2 technically. 1 on his shoulder. 1 on his neck. Oh my gosh, how many times in the chest? And then, oh my god. And I'm surprised he even, like, had a pulse even slightly after, like, they found him. Man's really tried holding on. Oh my god. And that takes time. Yeah, for real. But not really. He said that he wasn't mad, though, but I'm like, what else could drive you to do this? Like, stabbing somebody so many times. Like, it's not easy. I'm obviously, I've never done it before, but it's not easy. There's so much to cut through. Like, it cannot be just as simple as just, like, putting a knife in somebody, you know? But I'm surprised that the cops don't check for the pulse immediately when they see someone bleeding on the ground. I guess it comes down to, like, protocol and procedure and stuff. They needed somebody to clear the house, and that's probably better off with 2 people more than 1. There could somebody still be in the house. They do need to, like, make sure they're safe before they help another person. But I would have thought that they would have at least checked for a pulse. One of them. At least I would hope so. I think he did it just to do it. I think so too. But I think he's going to come up with all these ramblings that is going to be just dog shit. He's just so calm and collected, which is just like scary. But this guy, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. But if he genuinely did like nothing wrong and it was unprovoked like completely, and this guy just went on a fucking like, I just want to stab you straight, that's fucking crazy. Oh my god.
Left arm, neck, and other extremities. Meanwhile, detectives in the interrogation room are also getting closer to unearthing Douglas's motivations behind his appalling actions.
Certain individuals who desire to begin new cults, I like to identify and professionally examine, to see if that is precisely what they're trying to do. If someone is trying to start a new worldwide cult, I will eliminate that person.
Do you think he was trying to start a new worldwide cult?
Yes.
Okay.
That is my standard.
Okay.
There's the motive, guys. He thought that he was going to start a worldwide cult, so he stabbed him 17 times and set out to kill him and was eventually successful. Because he suspected that he was going to start a cult. Man's obviously has got some serious fucking delusions going on. He saved us. Totally. Yeah, totally. Totally. Completely. For sure. Can you sense my sarcasm? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? That's his reasoning? Bro.
You think being the leader of a cult, he would have done some really bad things?
There are enough religions on this planet.
Like too many. So we'd be better off with fewer of those.
Yes.
While it's highly doubtful that Hans was indeed starting a cult, Douglas goes on to explain the reasoning behind this horrifying belief and his subsequent decision.
Did he share his beliefs, probably his mythology and stuff like that with you? Did he tell you about that?
To a degree. You tell I'm an atheist and I don't tolerate proselytizing.
Was that what he was doing, proselytizing to you about his beliefs?
Strangely, yes. Man trying to start a new cult. Not the right idea. Tries to reduce all of the world religions to some German mythology. Makes us think like people who understand some mysterious concept are the true rulers of all of the different nationalities, religions, and peoples. And so I'm like, oh, here's a young retard Hitler.
As the interrogation comes to an end, the detective has one final question for Douglas.
After stabbing a guy like this, what do you think would be the right thing to do with you? What do you think the police, the law, the judges, all these people who sit and make decisions about all this, what do you think is the right and appropriate thing to do?
Not sure. Jail, then prison?
Do you think that's the right thing for you?
Yeah.
But if the detectives thought that this would be the last they'd hear of the man, they were in for a shocker. On October 12, 2021, over a year and a half after the incident, Detective Schwicht received a handwritten letter from Douglas while he awaited trial. In the letter, Douglas claimed that he didn't kill Hans and alleged that his old roommate Aaron is the one who killed Hans. Douglas reports that he heard a sound, entered the house, and saw Hans on the floor in his blood. He then went back outside where he alleged that Aaron threatened him and gave him a jacket with some blood on it. After being supposedly traumatized by the events, Douglas claimed to have agreed to take the blame and made a false confession later. When Detective Schwicht interviewed Aaron, he found him to be completely innocent, with no involvement in the crime whatsoever. Not long after his arrest, Douglas Taylor entered into the Idaho Security Medical Program, but on October 13, 2020, after almost 4 months in the program, doctors declared him fit to stand trial. Then on December 15, 2021, Douglas Taylor pled guilty to murder in the first degree and was sentenced to 27 years to life on February 14, 2022.
24 years to life. That's decent. Wait, 27? 27 or something like that. That's not bad to life, but I guess it depends, right? Oh my god. I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine this shit. Can't believe he was like, oh yeah, my roommate did it. My roommate did it. He gave me a jacket. Bro was found with blood on his hands. Like, bruh. Bruh. Hydrate, hydrate. It's so hot in here, guys. Lock in and lock in. Okay. Where are we? Yeah, just weird how people just go weird in the head enough to do that. Yeah, I mean, like, mentally there is something wrong with him. But he's fit enough to stand trial. Like, he's not completely crazy. But he's crazy enough to kill someone.